So I thought it would be fun to share this experience of 48 hours at Sebring. There's some real racing going on, and we run the HPDE cars in between the racing stints. So right here, for instance, just chasing down a GT4RS, a 992. This car is pretty quick, going towards turn 7 here, wide open, to get to under the bridge at the braking point. And this is where he points me by with his signal right here, just at the last second. So I try to stay inside on turn 7 and stay out of his way, stay to the right-hand side, get back on the gas, go and start chasing down these other cars. So there'll be lots more driving coming up, including a night session. This was our setup right here at the Paddock. Had some shade, a couple of cool cars, all Porsches. It's a PCA event. This is my buddy Josh's 992 GT4RS. He did 212 in that car while we were there. Both of these cars, this is the 4RS that I'm driving. So together you can kind of see these cars look good together. So we're both on Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 tires, which I picked up about 2.5 seconds with since changing from the Michelins. Here's the inside of the 4RS. Wysock, ready to go, set up here at the Paddock. Sometimes we just sit around and talk about our lap times and corners and turns and what to do next. And other times we're just hanging out on our phones, posting some stories, some pictures, updating some friends. So this is how you get out there. You line up on the grid and you wait your turn. And they wave you out in turn 17 on the back, which is kind of nice because you start out on the front straight and the Garmin Catalyst starts working right away, because you pass the start-finish right after you get through this turn here. And that's the beginning of the first warm-up lap, which we would go nice and slow and warm up our tires. So this jumps right to probably the end of the second lap, something like that, down the back, going into 17. And you see it was actually a pretty quick lap until I caught up to this traffic right here. And so start losing a little bit of time here, following these guys through here. Onto the front straight. So here's going to be the beginning of a new lap. And we're going to have to work our way through traffic to get some clear way and some clear track to be able to set some good times. Nonetheless, that was a 222 entering turn 1. This is a blind turn. You got to get all the way over to the left side, and it goes from a wide open area down into a narrow strip like this. So your car has to be in the right spot. Entering turn 3, there's a wall directly in front of you. You want to stay far away from that. You go into a nice little S carousel here. 3, 4, 5. 5 is a super late apex turn, and you want to get the car pointed straight because it's a wide open bend to the right. It's wide open all the way around. And you see I get the point by here, but he stays on the gas, which is fine as we go into the braking zone for 7. And so I'm cognizant here of trying to stay a little bit out of his way and get through this turn. And you see right away picking up speed here and starting to come down here through another bendy straight towards turn 10. This is all wide open through here. Trying to catch up to my buddy Leo in his GT4. He has a full Dundon aero kit on this thing, and he runs 220s with it. It's unbelievable. I actually don't know how he does it with a lot less power. All right, here we are, another lap a little later in the day. You see the sun is a lot lower here, coming into turn 1 pretty hot. All the video I have, unfortunately, is like second or third lap because my GoPro was on the fritz. And as soon as it got to the end of its 4 gigabyte clip, it would stop recording. But here we are, chasing down Josh in the 3RS. So if all goes well, I will not be able to catch them, which means I should be able to set a pretty good lap here. And that's exactly what happens. I have my buddy Albert behind me in his 992 GT3, and we agreed that we would just kind of run together, even though he can go a little bit faster in that car. And so we're running together here. He's right behind me as I'm trying to stay with these guys who have just vastly superior machinery and driving skills. Well, there's Leo. So that means Josh just passed him. And he's not holding me up, though, in that GT4. He is flat out on the move here going into turn 10. Heavy braking zone. And then a right where we throw away this next double apex, this first part, although I'm pretty close to it here. And you want to try to put the power down. It's not wide open until you get traction. Point the car into the braking zone for turn 13. Get a little bit of camber here in the turn to help you turn. And take advantage of all of the track. And then go as fast as you dare into Bishops. Bishops is wide open once you get into the turn. But on the entry, I like to be a little bit under control and don't go flat out. This is a setup for turn 16, which goes onto the back straight, so you have to nail this turn. And as you can see here, I'm doing pretty good. The last lap was a 2:23, and I am way ahead. However, here I decided to let Albert pass. It's a long straight. He's been following me for a while, and he's ready to take the lead here. And so I follow him the rest of the way here through turn 17. Going a little slower than usual, just because of the point by. This is probably one of the most challenging and fun turns in all of motorsports. Get up onto the front straight here, and you're going to see we're still going to do, I think, 222 or 221 even, or 221.7, even with the point by. So that was definitely a sub 220 lap. All right, and we're talking about a night session. This is what it looks like at Sebring after dark. So we started here, same thing, heading into turn 1, braking zone. It's freaky at night, but this is a blind entry, a blind exit anyway, so you kind of don't know where you're going either way. You kind of know by the bumps whether or not you're in the right place. So, heading into turn 3 here, we pretty much do what we want, drive as hard as we want, although this is probably also lap 3 max. So tires are just warming up, just getting a feel for the nighttime, and you can see the sky still looks amazing. So it's hard not to get distracted here. This is pretty rare that you don't have the sun in your face here, and it's not completely dark, and it looks like this. All right, so who's in front of us here? I thought I was catching up, but this is all advanced drivers. Everybody in this group could drive, and that was honestly one of the really nice things about it, is you never had to worry about somebody making some kind of unexpected move or hitting the brakes at the wrong time or just holding you up for that matter. These guys are quick. Every one of them knows how to drive their car and just absolutely hauls ass around here. And you see, I'm driving pretty hard, not really catching up. All right, getting ready for turn 13 here. Hard to keep your momentum through this turn if you don't get it exactly right. Heading towards Bishops. And at night, I'm just going to be a little bit more careful here. Bishops has a wall all the way around on the right-hand side. You kind of see it here. You just don't ever really want to hit that. Plenty of room here on runoff in this turn to the left. So that's not a problem. And the same with 16. When you go through here, you have plenty of room in the grass if you ever need it. The key is just not to force the car back onto the track. But yeah, you can see the sky here. The overall mood at Sebring. It was really an unbelievable trip. I enjoyed it. Hung out with a lot of friends. Had a great time. Got to drive my car as fast as I possibly could. Set a personal record. My personal best lap was a 2:17.5. So almost 3 seconds faster than I've gone in this car. 2.5 seconds faster than I've gone. So that lap is separately posted with the Garmin Catalyst. So if you want to see that, go check that out.